Hi guys, Aka here. So, Evony has been buzzing with the latest super calf general that we got, Cheng Yaojin, the long lost brother to Forkbeard. Now, a lot of people have been going on about how great this guy is. For me, I'm really not that impressed. You know that thing that we always say, how Evony releases a general and then they release another general that is just 1 or 2% stronger than the last one? Yeah, that's pretty much what this situation is. To give you a different analogy, it's kind of like how there's really not much of a difference between Goku, Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan 2. Actually, you know what? Scratch that, okay? Fans of Dragon Ball Z are going to want to kill me for that one. Anyway, let's look at Cheng so that we can see what he can do and I can break down exactly what I mean. So, we have Cheng here and he's looking very jolly. And if you take a look at his base stats, he's got, his base stats are pretty okay. Now, for his main skill, he gets 45% attack, 35% defense, and 35% HP. If you move on to his specialties, when you do all of them and you put them together, Cheng comes out with a total of 80% attack, 35% defense, and 10% HP. Now, when you move to his ascension, you go through his ascension and you put everything together, he comes out with a total of 45% attack, 35% defense, and 25% HP. Now, put all his skills together. Cheng Yaojin gets a total of 170% attack, 105% defense, and 70% HP. So, those are his stats, and those are pretty respectable stats. So, if we put him up against the other calf generals, and in all honesty, there are really only about 3 calf generals that you can really compare Cheng to. So, we have them here, and as you can see, he's doing okay. I mean, if you look at his stats, they are not all that great. Marco Polo is stronger than him. Napoleon has better stats as well. Washington, okay, kind of borderline, but I argue that his stats are better as well. Cheng is really lacking on the HP side, which in my opinion, for a calf general is not great. So yeah, on the buff side, it's pretty meh. However, this is the big thing that Cheng has. March size, okay? Cheng has the highest march size in the game. So, this is the march size that all these generals have. And as you can see, Cheng gets higher march size than even Washington Prime. So, let that sink into your head for a second. And that's a big part of the reason why people think he is so good. However, yeah, the story kind of gets a bit, funny after that. First off, let's look at his covenant. So, the generals he has for his covenant, they're pretty easy generals to get, which is great. But you look at the stats of his covenant, nothing spectacular, nothing crazy, they're okay. Now, we move on to one of the major things that is a drawback for Cheng. And that is, he cannot take the mounted attack book. All the generals that we compared him to, all of them can take the mounted attack book. So, in reality, of the 4 generals that we looked at, Cheng has the lowest attack stats. That's what it works out to. Plus, he also has the lowest HP. But, as we said earlier, the march size is crazy. So, that compensates a lot for that. And to add to it, his skills are when leading the army. So, you could use him for attacking, you could use him for defending, and you could use him for reinforcing. So that's the plus side that he's got going for him. Then, when you want to check his compatibility with other generals, just come out here. I've got 1 copy of him. So, we check to see which generals he's compatible with. He's compatible with Zhao Yun, which is cool. He's compatible with Hestia, another good one. He's compatible with Poly G, nice. This is a big one. He's compatible with Washington Prime, which is a March size crazy combination. In addition to this, he's also compatible with Marco Polo. So, Cheng is compatible with a lot of the Cav generals that we have in the game. So, that's good for him. He's a very versatile general that you could use with pretty much any other general. In fact, I think it would be easier to list the generals that he is not compatible with. That will be a shorter list. So, that's another plus for Cheng. However, there's some not so great news when you're looking at him as an assistant. So, these are his stats as an assistant. And as you can see, they're okay. In my opinion, Marco Polo is edging him out slightly. And so is Washington Prime, I would say. But remember, both Marco Polo and Washington Prime can take the attack book while Cheng cannot. But he's kind of trying to cover up for it with the March size. So, as you can see, he gets 29% March size, while Washington Prime gets 26% as an assistant. In my opinion, if you already had Washington Prime and you had set him up and you had geared him up as an assistant, Washington Prime ends up having higher attack and higher HP than Cheng. The only difference between the two of them is 3% March size. So, take that for what you will. Now, with that being said, there is no question that objectively speaking, Cheng is a good general. The only issue is that we are looking at him with eyes of people that have seen Washington Prime and Marco Polo as Cav generals that came out before him. And the release of Cheng is kind of just like, yeah, like I said, here's a little extra 1 or 2%. Enjoy. And for me, that's why I'm not too thrilled with the release of Cheng. Not to mention the fact that I'm also having general fatigue from all the new generals that Evony has been releasing. But objectively speaking, if you have one of the top generals, so that's Napoleon Prime, Washington Prime, Marco Polo, you have them, you spec them out, you've done them up, you've done their ascension, they're all good to go. For me, depending on your setup, there's little benefit for you picking up Cheng and fully ascending him and doing him up. But if you don't already have one of those top generals, then yes, Cheng would be a very good addition to your lineup. Now, we know that Evony has been releasing a lot of generals with a very big focus on March size. And for anyone that is not really conversant of why March size is important and how it is important, picking generals right now might be kind of tough for you. So, if you'd like some clarity on that situation, you can check out this video here where me and my special guest go through the importance of having March size and how it compares with having buffs. So, you can check that video out. That's it for me, guys. Thank you very much. Aka signing out.